Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon LeafGreen. Last time, we finished clearing up Cycling Road and finally explored Fuchsia City. Took us long enough, huh? We also checked out the Safari game and I gave you all my grievances about it. So today, we're going to be going right back in, finding as many items as we can, and hopefully making it to the end. After which, we'll be returning and catching all the Pokemon we need. After all, there's quite a few in here. So, keep it in mind. Otherwise, I'm going to try to take the most direct routes I can, while grabbing the items we missed. And, hopefully we'll be okay. Oh, goodness. What do we got? Ooh, a neat arena. Now, obviously, if I see any Pokemon that we need, then I'll try to catch them, but that's not really my goal this time, so keep it in mind. Otherwise, here we go. Here's an item we missed. A nice max potion. Pretty good, all things considered. And I did not need to go down that time. Oopsies. Oh boy, what do we got? A Paris. Well, that's not very exciting now, is it? Oh well. So let's keep moving. And what do we have? A Nidoran male. Again, not terribly exciting. Oh well. How many steps? 451. Good, good. And I mean, look how quickly you go through steps. We just started and already we've burned through that many. It's kind of insane just how quickly you use steps up. Still, over here, you find the Quick Claw. The Quick Claw is a held item that gives you, I think it's heck, I'm not even going to try to remember the chance. Basically, it gives you a % chance of making your Pokemon move first, regardless of speed. So, it's pretty darn good. I'd recommend picking it up. Maybe not if you're trying to, get to the end, but, you can still give it a shot. What do we got? Another Paris. Huh. How unexciting. What a weird Safari Zone run. Well, let's keep on going. We'll grab TM47, Steel Wing. A pretty good move for, flying types. What about right here? Ooh, a Protein. I think, yeah, there's a rest area. It's against my better judgment, but I'll show it off. And we'll find another new Pokemon, Rhyhorn. Guess let's throw a rock and see if we can make it easier to catch. All right, let's try a ball. Come on, Rhyhorn. 1, 2, 3. Oh. All right, didn't run right away. Good, good. Here, have another ball. 1, and nothing. I'm surprised it's not running away. I feel normally any notable Pokemon always runs away super quickly. 1, 2. Ugh. So yeah, do you see why I'm not a huge fan of the Safari Zone? It's just kind of chuck balls and hope. 1. None. And after all that, it can just run away. I really am not a fan of this mechanic. So, what's going on, gents? My Eevee evolved into Flareon, but a friend's Eevee turned into a Vaporeon. I wonder why. Probably because you gave yours a Fire Stone and he gave his a Water Stone. And, sorry, you got Flareon. That's the worst one. Otherwise, please come here. Thank you.
You could keep any item you find in the Safari Zone, but you'll run out of time if you try for all of them at once.
Yeah, we've already learned that. And, what about you? Go to the deepest part of the Safari Zone. You will win a prize. Hey, we already know that. And you? The Safari Zone's huge, wouldn't you say? Fuchsia's gym leader, Koga, patrols the grounds every so often. Thanks to him, we can play here knowing that we're safe. That's kind of cool. Maybe not worth all the steps it is to get that lore, but it's still kind of neat to know. Oh goodness, misinput. Hello, Execute. We already caught one of you, so goodbye. And then over here, I think this is the furthest we've ever gone. so that's kind of cool. And yeah, just look at how much time you gotta waste coming through here. Oh, it's brutal. Otherwise, 177 steps. What's this? A pair of gold teeth? Oh, those must be the wardens. What's this? Request notice. Please find the Safari Warden's lost gold teeth. They're around here somewhere. Reward offered. Oopsies, I didn't read that actually. Ah, there we go. Reward offered. Contact Warden. Well, sounds like a plan. What's here? TM32 Double Team. I mean, you probably know what this does. It raises your evasion. You can't use it in competitive play, though, so maybe don't consider it. Whoa, what's going on here? Ah, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house. Although I made a campaign for our grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won! And we receive HM03. HM03 is served. Pokemon will be able to ferry you across water using it. And this HM isn't disposable, so you can use it over and over. You're super lucky for winning this fabulous prize. And how? Let me tell you, HM03 is probably one of the best HMs out there. It's a 95 power, 100 accuracy, 15 PP water move. Not only is it one of the best water moves, it's usable to surf on water. It's phenomenal, and obviously we're going to teach it to Locke. Notably though, King could also learn it. So, it's kind of neat. Otherwise, I'm going to be completely honest. We really don't need Water Pulse anymore. It's a good move, don't get me wrong, but frankly, Surf is so much better. We could get rid of Bite though the flinch chance is nice, and Quick Attack is just nice for that utility. Still, honestly, I'm a little torn. I do like the idea of keeping Water Pulse just for another move, so, maybe we'll get rid of, let's just get rid of Bite. I rarely use it anyways. It's not a bad move at all. And if you're, using Flareon or Jolteon, I would definitely keep it on them, but for Vaporeon, we have better moves. So, oh well. Still, that's the end of the Safari Zone, technically speaking. Now, if you haven't caught all the Pokemon, then you're probably gonna have to come back in here and use more money. We have a whole 126 steps left, so we still have some time, and maybe we can catch some nice Pokemon. Now, it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of it. Unfortunately, gold teeth. No, that's not what I wanted to show off. I was going to say, unfortunately, there are some very rough Pokemon to find. Kangaskhan, Chansey, and two we haven't seen are in the water. So, it's time to get fishing, and let's hope we find something cool. Well, it's a Sea King, but we've already seen that. Hopefully I'll be able to find it on the next cast. That's the hope. No, nothing. Come on. Now, admittedly, the two Pokemon we're looking for, one of which we've heard of, are related. The first one we're looking for in the water is Dratini. If you remember, you could have seen them and even bought them at the Celadon Game Corner. However, they were decently expensive. Still, you can find them here. The only issue is not only are you competing for, Goldines and Sea Kings, you're trying to find two very rare and very hard to catch Pokemon. Still, if you can get them, they are the only Dragon-type Pokemon in the entire game. At least for Generation 1. So, if you get Dratini, you've got a third of all Dragon types. Congrats! Now, its evolution, Dragonair, can also be found. That's the related Pokemon. Unfortunately, while Dragonair is a lovely and very beautiful Pokemon, it's not the strongest, and even worse, in order to get its final evolution, the biggest and strongest dragon in the entire game, Dragonite, it needs to reach a whopping level 55. You heard me right. This thing is seriously one of the most brutal Pokemon to raise. And frankly, I wouldn't blame you if you never used a Dragonite just because Dratini and Dragonair are so not powerful Pokemon, and they have such a steep leveling curve. That's kind of an issue amongst a ton of Dragon types, and frankly, it's an issue that sticks around for far too long into the Pokemon series. I want to say the worst offender is a certain Dragon in Gen 5, where I think it's level 60 or 64 it takes to evolve it. It's ridiculous. You will never see this Pokemon if you're playing the game naturally and not grinding like a madman. I mean, seriously, it's completely bonkers. Otherwise, I guess with our limited amount of steps, one of my favorite places to go is right here. You can just keep moving back and forth by looking up and down to find Pokemon, like so. And then you can turn to the right and fish. It's a pretty great spot. So, maybe we'll try to catch Rhyhorn. Good, good. Come on, Rhyhorn. 1, 2, and nothing. I tell ya. Again, I really am not a fan of the RNG of this, but it is what it is. I guess they had to make it, well, I mean, I was gonna say fair, but frankly, it's more annoying than anything. Like I said, I'm not a super huge fan of it, and frankly, I don't really think many people are. I mean, it is kind of fun, the whole idea of, oh, we're on a safari hunt, and you get to catch rare Pokemon, and there's different rules, but it really boils down to just praying that the game is nice to you, and that you actually catch the Pokemon without running out of balls. Usually with one attempt, you can almost guarantee catch one Pokemon that's, rare, but you get the idea. It's obnoxious. Still, what's not obnoxious is number 111, Rhyhorn, the Spikes Pokemon. Its massive bones are 1,000 times harder than human bones. Its tackle can knock a semi-trailer flying. Talk about an extreme Pokemon. And hey, it's funny that I mention really high-level evolutions. Rhyhorn is another one. I think it evolves at level 42? Or something crazy like that. It's not a lot of fun. Trust me. That's gonna take a while for me to get later, and I'm admittedly not all that excited for it. Still, I guess at this point, I'll see you guys, once I find a new Pokemon we haven't seen. So, see you then. Well, here's another new Pokemon, Venomoth. This, of all things, is the evolution to, Venonat. I mean, the name probably tipped you off to that, but, yeah. As you can see, it's kind of a tough one to find and catch. So, oh. Don't be surprised if it takes you some time. Here is probably either the hardest or second hardest Pokemon to catch in the Safari Zone. I honestly wouldn't even try a bait or rock. I would just go straight for the ball. Oh boy. Okay, good. Watching. Good, good. Come on, Chansey. Come on, Chansey. It's gonna be that kind of day, is it? Oh boy. Alright. Come on, Chansey. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. You had to get my hopes up, didn't you? I mean, you're at least sticking around for a lot longer than you normally do. I swear every time I find or try to catch a Chansey, they flee almost immediately. Seriously, these things are obnoxious. So, please be nice. Pretty please? Still, you are sticking around for an unusual amount of time. So, I appreciate your patience, if nothing else. Wow. I mean, seriously, normally you get 1 or 2 balls off, and then these things run. So, I guess we're lucky in the regard that this Chansey is seemingly very interested in joining us? I mean, I'd like it if you stayed in the ball, but, this is very unique, if nothing else. Come on, Chansey. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Well, you haven't fled yet, so, I mean, I'm kind of speechless. I'm not gonna lie. This is so unusual. Oh, wow. She's really sticking around. Maybe she's just gonna drain us of all of our balls and then leave us. 1. Oh. He's still sticking around. This is probably the longest I have ever seen a Chansey stay here. I'm not gonna lie. 1. Ugh. I don't want to risk a rock because then she'll just run. And clearly the bait's superfluous. She's sticking around anyways. 2, 3. Oh my gosh, we got Chansey on our first try. Admittedly, that is a huge weight off my chest. Chansey is normally a complete pain to catch. If I didn't have this recorded, you wouldn't believe me. Otherwise, number 113, the Egg Pokemon. A rare and elusive Pokemon that is said to bring happiness to those who manage to catch one. Yeah, and how? That's probably going to save me several hours of trying to catch a Chansey. So, thank goodness. Whew, that makes me feel a lot better. Otherwise, specifically in this area, we're actually looking for 2 Pokemon, one of which we already saw, Venomoth and Tauros. In Area 3, Venomoth and Tauros are the 2 unique ones. Otherwise, starting in Area 2, you can find Kangaskhan, and then in Area 1 and basically all the other areas, you can find Rhyhorn, Parasect, Pinsir, Chansey, and several others. Otherwise, hello Venomoth. Here, have a nice Pokeball, or I guess Safari Ball. That's another thing I really dislike about the Safari Zone, is that you have to put all the Pokemon in these ugly Safari Balls. It really hurts me to put them in such a ball, but oh well, it is what it is. Otherwise, now that we've had probably the luckiest encounter with a Chansey I've ever seen, I'll meet you when we find another new Pokemon, or at least one we haven't caught. You get the drill by now. Alright, well, after looking around, I decided I'm just gonna reset my time and start from Area 1 and move on forward. I figure that'll work out nicely, because then I can find all the Pokemon as we can find them, or well, first as we can find them, just so that way it's a little easier. Otherwise, the only things I need to find in Area 1 are Parasect and Pinsir, which Parasect is the evolution to, Paras. So hopefully we'll find them. Now notably, not every Pokemon spawns in every zone. For instance, you can find Tauros in Zone 3, but they're more likely to be found in Zone 4 of all places. The same is true with several of the other Pokemon. You're more likely to find other Pokemon in other places. So if you're having not so great luck, maybe try another zone, do this same little trick, and see what you can find. Otherwise, as before, I'll find you guys once I actually find something that we're trying to catch. So, be right back. Aha! Here's one of the new ones we're looking for, Parasect. So, one of the biggest things, too, that's kind of a pain in the Safari Zone, not only are you working with incredibly low odds to catch these Pokemon on a limited number of steps with a limited number of balls, you're also having an incredibly low chance of even finding them. All of this compounds to make a really miserable experience, and frankly, a lot of these Pokemon, especially the ones that are, evolutions like Parasect, you're usually better off just evolving the pre-evolution like Paras. Still, Number 47, the Mushroom Pokemon. A host parasite pair in which the parasite mushroom has taken over the host bug. Prefers damp places. I gotta say, this is a fairly grim one. Still, I always liked the mushroom look. Kinda cool. Otherwise, there should only be one other Pokemon we need to find here. Pinsir. So, hopefully we'll find him. No, it's Execute. Well, as you can imagine, I'll keep looking for him, and when we find him, fingers crossed we'll catch him. I'll meet you then. Holy moly. This took way too long to find. Say hello to Pinsir. A 4% chance in the first area that you will probably find very rarely. I mean, this took me almost a good 20 minutes. Please stay in the ball, Pinsir. Please. 1. Oh. Alright. You're being nice, at the very least, thank goodness. I really don't want to have to look for you again. 1. Oh. Well, back to spinning I go. I'll meet you at the next Pinsir, I guess. Oh, what a pain. Oh boy, another chance at Pinsir. Come on, fella. Get in the ball and please stay in there. 1, 2. Ah. At least that one didn't take even over 3 minutes. Back to spinning I go. Oh! Ooh! We actually got another Pinsir right away. Alright, cool. Come on, ball. Please be nice. 1, 2, 3. Alright, you're at least watching. I'll take it. Have another ball. Please. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Oh. At least you're being patient with us. That's nice. I appreciate that. Just stay in your nice, lovely little warm safari ball. It'll be a nice new home. Oh boy. Back to spinning I go. Whee! I mean, look, it's not that bad, but seriously, when it can take upwards of 20 minutes to find one Pinsir, it's kind of a pain. And after a while, you get sick of seeing Nidoran female, Nidoran male, and, you know, everything in between. I'll meet you at the next Pinsir. Well, well, well. It's been much too long, Pinsir. Look, can you please just stay in the ball? 1. Oh. Alright, watching carefully. I'll take it. I'll take it. After all, we still got plenty of balls left. The only big downside is that you're not the only thing I still need to catch here. That's what really blows about this situation. After all, we still got Kangaskhan, Tauros, Venomoth, Dratini, Dragonair. I mean, seriously, the list goes on. Thank you for listening to me, though. I appreciate you more than you know. Number 127, the Stag Beetle Pokemon. If it fails to crush the foe in its pincers, it will swing around and toss the opponent. Finally, we have captured Pinsir. Oh my goodness, that took forever. So, now we can go to Area 2 and start looking for Kangaskhan. So I'm sure that'll take forever, but hopefully not. Oh, and hi, Parasect. You know, it's funny. Parasect is a 5% chance of finding. I found probably 20 or 30 of those things before I found almost any Pinsir. It's kind of funny how statistics work like that. Frankly, for Kangaskhan, this is one of my favorite locations to go, is right here. I like just sitting between these two, the two water tiles and just going, you know, up and right. I want to say, though, specifically, if you get that bump noise, it doesn't work. Because, like, you can do this incredibly fast. But if you notice, we're not getting any encounters. So in order for it to actually count, you need to not bump. Something to keep in mind, but it's at least nice that if you press either of those directions, you won't use any steps. So that's pretty nice. Admittedly, this is also where I like fishing in order to find Dratini and Dragonair, but that's just me. I don't know, something about it always felt lucky. And when I first played both Fire Red and Leaf Green, namely Fire Red when I was younger, this was the area where I first found and caught Dragonair myself. And this was back in, oh gosh, what, like 2004, 2005, something like that? Point is, I got Dragonair, and it was quickly one of my favorite Pokemon. And hello, Kangaskhan. Would you like to get in the ball, please? No, it sure doesn't. At least you're being patient. That's nice. We always appreciate that. But feel free to stay on in. 1, 2. No! Oh boy. I always feel like, though, Kangaskhan is usually not as bad as Pinsir for whatever reason, but who knows, maybe I'll be proven wrong today. Yep. Oh boy. Well, I'll meet you when I find another one, so be right back. Alright, so I've actually decided I want to get to that final area. Namely, because not only can we find Kangaskhan there, we can also find Tauros and Venomoth. So, should we be able to get to that final area back where the grass is, it'll actually give us a fairly good chance of all of our rare encounters being something that we need. So, while we can find Kangaskhan at first in Area 2, and it's pretty good odds, I'd rather go there and try my hand at finding several of the Pokemon we need rather than just, one of them. It makes a little more sense when you think of it like that. Still, difficulty is getting there. I want to say, let's see, 394. I think we have to get over here and then down this way, if memory serves correctly, and it may not. I think this looks correct. Yes, this is correct. Beautiful. So yeah, I want to stay right here and try to find the Pokemon we're looking for. After all, there's Venomoth already. Beautiful. Now, if you could, can you please stay in the ball? My only real worry now is that I run out of Pokeballs. I don't think we'll have any shortage of the rare Pokemon we're trying to find. It's just, actually catching them. Frankly, this is where the rocks come in. Throw a rock. If they flee, then oh well. You at least had a better chance at catching them. A lot of the rarer Pokemon I don't even risk rocks on just because, frankly, I feel I'd rather not have them flee because they're so hard to find, and I'd rather just risk it with a ball. Granted, maybe you've had great success at throwing rocks at, Pokemon. I'm not a huge fan of it, plus, there's the whole animal abuse angle that, frankly, I'm really not a fan of, but, you get the idea. Maybe it's something we need? It's not! Alright, well, I can hope. Still, I'll keep looking for what we need, and I'll see you there. Well, hello there, Venomoth. If you could, please be a dear and stay in the Pokeball, please. I'm running out. Oh, boy. Something tells me, regardless of if I find all the Pokemon or not, I'm gonna have to restock on balls, which means another 500 Pokédollars. Granted, at least it's fairly cheap considering it's 30 balls. Even Pokeballs aren't that cheap. So, Otherwise, hopefully you're something we need? Hey, it is! It's Tauros! This is the first we've seen you. It's a pretty neat Pokemon. Hopefully it'll stay in the ball. Please? No, of course not. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, it's second time's the try? No! Oh gosh. Well, I'll meet you back when we find Tauros, Venomoth, or Kangaskhan. Be right back. Well, Venomoth, last time we saw you, things didn't go over so smoothly. So, please stay in the ball. I mean, I could be more assertive and demand you stay in the ball, but I just don't think it's your nature. Besides, we only got 2 chances left, so my guess is you're just gonna waste all the rest of what we got, and, we're gonna have to come back. So, you gonna prove me right? 1, 2, Yep. You're out of safari balls. Game over. Ugh, don't I know it. Did you catch your fair share? Not really. Well, back in I go. I'll meet you back when we find Venomoth, Tauros, or Kangaskhan. What a pain. Alright, see you in a minute. Well, hello there, Kangaskhan. I figured we meet you more often on Route 2, so on the way back to, I say Route 2, Area 2, on the way back to Area 4, I figured we may as well catch you along the way. 1, 2, 3. Hey, alright, I'll take it. That's a pretty good start. So finally, Kangaskhan is ours. Number 115, the parent Pokemon. The infant rarely ventures out of its mother's protective pouch until it is 3 years old. Huh, alright, interesting. So, otherwise, I'll meet you at Area 4, and we'll go find Tauros and Venomoth. So, see you then. Well, hello, Tauros. Ready to be caught today, I hope? Here, have a safari ball. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Are we actually going to catch all 3 of them on the first ball this time? That would be kind of insane. Well, Tauros, number 128, the wild bull Pokemon. When it targets an enemy, it charges furiously while whipping its body with its long tails. Fair enough. Otherwise, the only other Pokemon we have left to find here is Venomoth, but I figured I'd take a quick second just to mention something. I've been referring to this area internally as Area 4. Also, hello, Venomoth. Realistically, there's the center area, the area to the right, which is Area 1, the area north, which is Area 2, and the area left, which is Area 3, technically. Also, wow, we actually did catch all 3 of them in one ball this time. Talk about lucky after being completely unlucky. Huh. This is number 49, the poison moth Pokemon. The dust-like scales covering its wings are color-coded to indicate the kinds of poison it has. How interesting. Still though, these were the easy ones. You heard me right. Remember when we tried to fish up a Grimer? Well, as it turns out, Dragonair is a 1% chance in any of these bodies of water with the Super Rod. Dratini's at least 15%. So, I'm gonna get busy fishing, and man oh man is this not gonna be fun. Especially because there's no other location to get Dragonair. So this is our only choice. Assuming that, I find them relatively quickly and I don't give up after being, crushed completely by the awful feeling of defeat, I'll see you guys when we find Dratini or Dragonair. So, be right back. I'm gonna get fishing. Not even a nibble. Ugh. That's the other thing that sucks about fishing. Sometimes you cast the line and there's nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. It's RNG with RNG! Well, well, hello there, Dratini. Aren't you cute? So, hopefully you'll stay in the ball. 1. Oh. Alright, fine. Back to fishing I go. I'll meet you when we find Dratini or Dragonair again. You know how it goes. After not even getting a nibble. Ugh. I tell you, fishing is not my forte. Well, hello again, Dratini. Hopefully you'll, be a little more kind and stay in the ball this time? Pretty please? No, of course not. Still, at least you're watching. I'll take it. Come on, gal. Stay in the ball, would ya? 1. Aww. Alright. Still watching. I'll take it. I would much rather you watch than flee outright. Oh boy. Yeah, the other big thing too that's bad about the Dratini and Dragonair line, they have absurdly difficult catch rates. So if you're trying to catch them this way, Don't hold your breath for long. You'll pass out before you catch one reasonably. Ah, Dratini, welcome. Let's see, level 20, and we have 20 balls left. Would you like to stay in the 20th ball then, hopefully? No, of course not. All right, you're watching carefully, though. All right. Here, have another ball, maybe? Please? Of course not. Honestly, I might just need to swallow my pride and throw a rock, even though I don't like to. I really don't wanna, but man, I'm just burning balls on these Dratinis. Please? Oh man, it's not even wiggling once. Still, you're at least being patient, so maybe you'll be like that really nice Chansey and just burn a bunch of balls and be caught. I'd be okay with that. Or not. Alright, back to the old fishing hole I go. What a pain. Not even a nibble to boot. Ugh. Really? That quickly? Oh, man, our fishing luck is terrible. Heck, this is why I don't fish in real life. I mean, look, I have the patience for a lot of things, but not this. So here's a very interesting encounter. A Slowpoke. Specifically, a level 35 one. Now, if you're able to catch this Slowpoke, the level 35 one, it's one level off from evolving. So frankly, this would be a pretty darn good Pokemon to try to catch and then use a rare candy on for the dex entry. Alternatively, we will be going somewhere where you can just find the evolution Slowbro later, but frankly, if you can catch this one and then level it up once, it can save you a whole lot of time, even if it does waste a whole lot of balls. Still, I figured I kind of need something cathartic right about now, so catching a high-level Slowpoke would be helpful. Oh man, I can't even catch a Slowpoke, let alone a Dratini. And I really gotta just start chucking rocks. It sucks, but that is what it is. Can we please get a nibble? Please? I guess not. Ugh. Come on, once for old time's sake. Alright, Dratini, come on. Here, I'm gonna get you with a rock, and then you're gonna go in the ball. Right? Please? So far, so good. Ball time. I'd appreciate your cooperation. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Alright, you're still angry. Fine. Another ball. Maybe you didn't like that one and you want this one? 1. Oh. Alright, you're still watching. Sure. I'm okay with that. Please go on the ball. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna try another rock and we'll see what happens. Okay. Ball time? I mean, I only got 4 left, so, I mean, look, I can only hope for so much. Oh, gosh. Alright, back to fishing. Oh, man. Not even a nibble. You know, my apologies for how long this episode's gonna be, but, I really want to get this all done in one go so we don't have to come back here. Oh my goodness. I am not going to lie. It has been over an hour and a half. And this is the first time we have encountered Dragonair. I'm gonna be honest. This thing is so rare, I'm just gonna chuck a ball and pray. Please. Oh. Okay, you're watching. I got 2 whole chances left. Let's just throw them and see what happens. 1. Oh.
Well, back to the old fishing hole.
Well, we got one safari ball and a dream. Let's do it. Come on, baby. Well, can't say I expected anything else. I sure didn't catch my fair share. All right, back in we go. Thanks for the 30 balls. I'll meet you guys back when I find Dragonair or Dratini. Well, hello again, Dragonair. You know what? Have a rock. Honestly, as much as I hate saying it, it's a bit cathartic. So, you want to get in the ball for me? Please? I figured not. Wow, you're actually sticking around for more than a turn. All right. Oh my god. For reference, this recording session is 2 hours and 40 plus minutes. Now granted, I did the first part of the Safari Zone along with this, finishing up Cycling Road, getting here. I figured, I'd do 2 episodes back to back. This took way too long. And man, am I so happy to have Dragonair. Number 148, the Dragon Pokemon. A mystical Pokemon that exudes a gentle aura. It is said to have the ability to change the weather. Oh my goodness. Now, unfortunately, we still need to get Dratini. So back to fishing I go. I know, we're in for a long one today. For laughs and giggles, how about we try catching another Dragonair? Wouldn't it be funny if I caught 2 of these before one Dratini? You're kidding. You're actually kidding me. I caught a second Dragonair before one Dratini. Well, I guess back to fishing I go. Oh my gosh. Not even a nibble. 2 Dragonairs, not 1 Dratini. What luck. I'm just gonna throw the ball and hope. Thank you, Dratini. Thank you for finally cooperating. Number 147, the Dragon Pokemon. Long considered a mythical Pokemon until recently, when a small colony was found living underwater. I'm not giving you a nickname. Frankly, it's time to retire. We would like to exit the Safari Zone. We more than caught our fair share. And frankly, my apologies to any and all who watched the entire episode. There's a good chance I cut this down to hopefully maybe a little over half an hour. For reference, for me, this recording session was 3 hours and 20 plus minutes. All just to get all of the new Pokemon in the Safari Zone. If you are playing this game, do yourself a favor and please just go to the game corner, give them your money, and buy a Dratini that way. especially if you've caught in Dragonair already. They have the same catch rate. So, next time we play Pokemon Leaf Green, first and foremost, we will never be stepping back into the Safari Zone, and we're going to go fight Koga in the Fuchsia City Gym. After which, we'll probably go explore Saffron City, maybe take on Sabrina, probably take on Sabrina, and then begin our journey all the way to Cinnabar Island across the waters. So, next time for sure, expect Koga and probably exploring Saffron City. As always, I've been Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.